Hey everyone, it's Tony George from DocSports.com. Tuesday update. Let's go a different route. College basketball, college football last night. I was a little cautious giving you Georgia against TCU. Guess I shouldn't have been that cautious. My goodness, I thought their defense would hold TCU down. I thought they'd score around 45, and I had the under. Wow, one of the worst beatings I've seen in a bowl game I can remember, and one of the worst beatings, if not the worst beating. I didn't see what the stats are for a national title game. I know Nebraska handed it to Florida in the 95 Fiesta Bowl by a big margin, but not that big a margin. Wow. Just unbelievable. Georgia's number one team in the country. I told you they were the number one team in the country. I told you I knew they were better than TCU, and the SEC elite was blowing people out, the top three teams, We talked about that in that video, and boy, they stayed true to form with that. So, nonetheless, congratulations to all the Georgia backers, and thanks for the business for college football in this last season, and we'll vow to wasn't a good year. It wasn't last couple years was over 60%. We faltered down the stretch this year for the season, so we'll shore that up next year. Let's go ahead and get to your free play here today in college basketball. Nova taking on DePaul in this game here tonight, and boy, you can tell Jay Wright's gone, can't you? Boy, I tell you what, the total in this game is 142.5, and that's way too short in my opinion. One thing about college basketball you want to look at is how teams are trending over their season averages last 2 to 3 games. Usually 3 to 5 games, but I'll go around 3 games. As right now, when you get into mid-January, teams have got their feet underneath of them. They've established their identity. Other teams have identified both their strengths and their weaknesses and how they're going to play these teams, because again, they've got their team chemistry going. It is what it is at this point. This is how we're going to play this year. These are the players. These are the rotations. Go play small ball. We can play big ball if we got enough depth on our bench, depending on who we're playing. So teams are a little bit more predictable now in terms of what you're going to get. And what I've seen from Nova is an uptick on offense. Their last 3 games, they're averaging 5 points per game more than their season average. Last 2 games, they averaged 76 points. This is a team that's trending up in terms of shooting percentage. Their free throw percentage on the year is 85%. So you get them down tight, they're going to put, in those free throws in the last 5 minutes of the game are always crucial for totals. Their last game was against Xavier this weekend. They put up 168 combined. DePaul put up 148 combined against who they play? Oh, they played Butler. Yeah, I'm looking here. But DePaul's defense is weak. They've allowed over 70 or more 11 out of their last 12 games. DePaul is at home 19-7 on the over their last 26 home games against teams with losing records. At home, they're 11-1 on the overs. 4 out of the last 5 in this have went over. I've got this number at 148.5 on a power rating right now, which is a full 6-point overlay against the spread. I'm going to take the over 142.5 in Nova and DePaul tonight for your free pick. Over at the website, only my second 7-unit pick of the entire season in the NBA. The NBA is an extremely volatile sport. You never know what you're going to get, usually because most of the time you don't know who the hell's going to play. And at the last minute, somebody yanks out, a starter for load management, and you got a strong position on them, and You just took 24 points per game off the floor out of nowhere. There's just all kinds of intangibles and volatility in the NBA, more so than it used to be. That being said, that's why top picks are rare in the NBA for me, because I just don't like to take a super strong position not knowing. But there is one game today surrounding a total where I like the lineups that are in the game. It lends itself towards my selection. I've only had one 7-unit pick all season. That was on November 22nd. We won it. We had the Kings over somebody in a pick 'em, and they won by 6 or 7. So this is only the second 7-unit play of the season, and we're planning on banking it tonight. Totals action NBA, 4-unit college basketball pick, 4-unit NHL pick. Off a loser yesterday. We had a 6-unit position on the Buffalo Philly over. Buffalo never got off the bus. You see what they've been scoring? They scored 0 at home against the Flyers in a 4-0 loss. I figured Philly put up 3. I figured Buffalo put at least 4 or 5 up. Nothing. Yeah, they're playing red hot Seattle tonight too. Good luck. That being said, we've got a 4-unit bounce back in the NHL tonight. Now, my football stunk something horrible this weekend. I didn't have a win. Yeah. I tell it like it is. You're going to have those days, those weekends. I had one. Well, I'm not going to have one this weekend in the NFL playoffs. I'm putting 31 years of experience to work, and we're going to rip some bookie butt this weekend. In the NFL, those picks will be out on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.